It would appear that Mrs. Bothersome has many such stories of sparkles, but the arrival of the Doctor and Mrs. Gossip curtail any additional precipitous perambulation down memory lane. You ask the Doctor about his visit to the archives.
Quite. There's a good canine. Where were we? Yes, I heard about the fire. Dratted nuisance, really. I'm a bit of a history buff, you see. I was using the archives for my research. I was planning to do a little book on local history.
He researches more than books. Oh, you are awful. Come and see us later.
Anyway, I have other patients to see. I'm afraid I must chase you all out for the time being. Shoo now!
It's a certainty that something else is going on as regards the physician and the archives, and a later visit to Mrs. Gossip or Bothersome appears an unfortunate necessity. A most agreeable facet of an investigation is that you meet new people every day. Of course, they tend to be suspected of murder and arson, but you can't have everything.
Ah, it's you! How marvelous! What are you investigating? Do tell! How terribly exciting it must be to be a great detective! You must tell me of your adventures, but first, a test! Must beware of charlatans! See if you can solve my little conundrum.
The librarian has set you a challenge to arrange... Are you correct? Let's see. That's the one. My, weren't you in a hurry? No mistakes made too, you great big swat. Well done. Please take this moment to look as...
I say! Well, proof positive. Gosh, how wonderful! What times you must have! Reuniting lost loves, saving young gals from their dastardly guardians, so that they may marry their impoverished but noble true love. Oh, I'm sorry, Poochie. Now, what was it I can do for you?
You mentioned the fire at the town hall, and that she was one of those who had visited. What had she been doing?
Oh, am I a suspect? How thrilling! Gosh! Wow, that's made my day, let me tell you. Terribly sorry, but I was just there to, sort out the filing system. Bit of an obsession, I'm afraid.
Turning down the chance to regale the librarian with tales of your daring do, you leave the library and the most eager suspect you've ever had. The normally effervescent jeweler is utterly enwrapped and fails to detect your approach. She does not miss the abrupt attention of your shorter colleague, however.
Oh my, sir! Such a terribly cold nose! You have me at a disadvantage. To take such liberties with my state of distraction, you are quite the cad.
You apologize for Watson, who seems unlikely to repeat his invasion so all-pervasive as the lady's perfume. To draw the conversation onto safer ground, you ask what she's doing.
Why, I recently purchased elements of an antique necklace, the string for which has long ago perished. I was attempting to reconstruct the item, but I am now in such a tizzy I may never be able to finish.
Far be it from you not to take so subtle a hint. The necklace that the jeweler is trying to... Let's see how you did. Correct you are. Well done. What? Finished already? Ooh, ooh! No mistakes made. Show off. Olympian intelligence deserved.
How gallant of you, coming to my rescue at such a time. How can I ever repay the kindness of strangers upon which I so rely?
You bring up the issue of the town hall, the fire in the archives, and her presence there shortly before the conflagration consumed so much of the building.
I do seem to intersect with your investigations, do I not? You must think me a bad, bad girl. I fear that I must disappoint, as I was in the archives only to research this necklace. To no avail, I might add. Still, I might try again elsewhere. After all, tomorrow is another day.
The conversation is rapidly heading south, so you leave as quickly as is polite. When you visit him at his own home, the Colonel seems engaged in proving once again that military intelligence is a contradiction in terms.
Front and centre, quick as you like. Now then, ducks. Jolly disorganised lot, don't you know? No discipline, not a feather. Been trying to instill some organisation into this lot. Quite hopeless. See if you can whip 'em into shape, what?
The Colonel is trying to arrange... Are you marvelous or moronic? Splendid. You're finished. That was quick. You made that look easy, not an error in sight. Look around you and be comforted. You are better.
That's the spirit. The ranks always respond to the Sergeant Major, what? I say, fine hound you have there. Hunting beast, eh?
You quickly ask the Colonel about his presence in the Town Hall archives on the day of the fire.
Simple enough. Doing a bit of reconnaissance, don't you know? Scouting out the terrain ahead, looking through Burks and digging up the history on that damn fine filly up at the manor, what? Always good to have something to talk about next time I visit the front lines. The old campaign is going jolly well. Keep mum, though, eh? Loose lips, sink ships,
Unable to bear any more nodding, winking, and mixed military analogies, you resume your investigations. Now you have met with your 4 suspects. Have you learned anything useful? Have you been paying attention? Let's see how you do with these questions. Fantastic work! Your keen eye and attention to detail will serve you well. With those questions done, you... Wait! What's that I hear? Something happening at the antique shop? Quick! I'd head over there if I were you. Following my rather superb advice, you rush to the antique shop. Something has certainly transpired here, and inside you find a man who appears to be rather shaken.
What? Who is it? I'll get you. You coming in here, stealing my antiques?
What immediately draws your attention is the classical statue the man is clearly guarding. Between you and the shop owner is a broken objet d'art. Perhaps if you reassembled it, he'd realize your intentions